Introducing Dzign Moments. Come join me as I have exclusive interviews with our awesome clients, highlighting their businesses and the incredible work we've done together. Hi everybody, welcome to Dzign Moments. Today we are talking to the lovely Lorraine Enright from Awaken Spirit. I'm so excited to have a little chat as we do on these episodes, and looking forward to just digging a little bit deeper with Lorraine and finding a bit more out about her business. How are you today, Lorraine? Lovely to have you here.
Oh, I'm well, thank you, Michelle, and thank you for inviting me to this amazing platform and this chat with you. I'm excited.
You're very welcome. It is a part of what we do with our clients because, it's all about collaboration and helping each other succeed in their businesses. And today we're just going to have another little chat about, why it was that you reached out to Dzign Studio and myself, and then we're going to put a bit of a spotlight on your business. Are you cool with that?
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm cool.
Okay. So look, tell me, Lorraine, what led you to work with me?
Oh, interesting journey. I had followed and seen some of the things, the lives that you had been doing on different platforms through Facebook there, like different groups. And all of a sudden, a couple of weeks later sort of thing, I received this little nudge within myself and your name popped up. And I'd go, what's going on here? What are you talking about? And it happened probably for 2 or 3 days where I just went, I've got to contact you. I have to contact this lady. I had a rough outline of what you were doing and what you do in your business. But there was a certain thing that I wanted, that I was inquiring about, and I just listened to the nudge. And I'm so glad I did. I just went, okay, I'm going to contact Michelle and let's see what unfolds. And so I did.
Oh, I'm so grateful that you did, because and it is about that, isn't it? It is about listening to your gut and your instinct and following through. And that's absolutely what you are very big on with your business and you teach. So, and I'm so grateful that I'm blessed to be working with you as well. So I'm really grateful that I'm learning more and more about the mind and how we do get these nudges and running with them. So the process that you went through with me, how did it help you with?
Honestly, it was a beautiful process, Michelle. Michelle, you're so connected with the people that you start talking with and chatting with and exploring what they need, With yourself, I knew that I was looking at like a landing page or something like that. I was going through a change in my business and I kept thinking that I needed to walk away from my business, which was interesting. But it wasn't really that. It was the process that I'd done over the years with my business name and so on. It had served its purpose. And because, of course, I have evolved through the business, I then needed to have that change. And honestly, you're so in tune. You really listen to what I shared with you and so on. And I just found it flowed. It really flowed.
Yeah.
When you produced the product, the logo, for example, which is up here, wherever it is. See, there it is.
There it is.
I remember just feeling so aligned and so grateful that I had contacted you because it was spot on.
Oh, that's so lovely. Thank you. Yeah, look, it's a funny thing. It's not funny. It's actual. I do have that ability to tap into my clients and work with them and understand where they're at and what they're thinking. So how do you feel about your business now compared to before where you're at from a
Oh,
branding perspective?
um, put it this way. My business served a purpose with its business name and its logo and everything prior. I get that. But now I feel just so more aligned and more balanced, because prior I felt it was quite masculine, and now I've got the feminine more in there, but it's aligned, it's balanced. And that's just been wonderful for me, because, as we know, and as I said to you, that we evolve, and I had evolved, but I didn't know whether to keep going. I kept getting this sign, see, and I would go, oh, do I need to stop? So I'd sit back a bit, and then I'd go, oh, no, this doesn't feel right. I've got to keep going. And hence why I did the right thing and listened to my nudges and rang you.
I'm so grateful that you did. And would you recommend this experience to others?
Oh, most definitely. Oh, God. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. If you're considering starting a business, right from zero knowledge of what you want to do, or you want to change something in your business, or you've got a course or program, you need some sort of landing page, whatever it is, speak with Michelle.
Thanks, thank you so much.
I'm very happy.
Oh, I'm so glad that we're having this conversation, because it is really nice to sort of just go back over what we've achieved and where we've come from and where you are right now. And now I'm going to just transition into a little bit more about you and put a bit of a spotlight on your business. So tell us, what do you do and what led you to start your business?
Okay. What do I do? Oh, I do a lot of things.
You do.
I do a lot of things, and I'll probably start with saying I'm a soul identity coach. So instead of looking outside of ourselves for solutions and, answers and things like that, it's coming back home within. It's beautiful. Understanding your mind and all that information, that knowledge, that infinite knowledge that we have, the heart. I work with the emotions as well, with the mind, that are attached or not attached to some of those thinking patterns of the mind. But I really do teach my clients to connect with soul within. And over my experiences and learnings and trainings and so on, I've discovered that when it comes to our human existence, our human personality and so on, and our spiritual aspects, because science has backed that everything is energy and there is, far more to us than what we see. When it comes to that, there's been a missing link to really help bring our physical humanness into that space of soul. And that's what I teach.
Fantastic. That is so unique. And yes, so I mean, I know I'm experiencing your amazing skills and learning more and more about myself. And I love what we do when we have our sessions. And, so what would your most favorite part be about what you do?
Ooh, I don't know that I've necessarily got a favorite part, because it's each journey is different. Working with each individual is unique. We're all unique. We all have similarities, but we're unique. And it's guided by the conversation when we have a session and things like that. So it's not set, because if it was set, then it would be about me and not about the client, and it's about the clients. So I think the joy I get is actually seeing and having that privilege and the honor to be able to be standing side by side with someone as they have that transformation. They evolve, and then they become, and then they connect, and when you see those aha moments or that understanding, just lights me up.
Yeah, I bet it does. I bet it does. So I guess really, I was going to ask the question, who do you help and how? Well, pretty much just answered it, but it's be everybody, wouldn't it? Like anyone that's really confused or not confused, but wanting to understand themselves further and
Yeah.
get to know themselves. Would that be right to say that?
Yeah, I certainly could work with anybody, really. Adult wise, I wouldn't work with children, for
No,
example, and
no.
things like that. I could, but it's something I wouldn't do. I'm not
They're still
in that
evolving, aren't
alignment.
they?
They're still evolving.
Yeah,
Exactly, exactly.
yeah.
But yes, I mainly work with women. It's women that do come to me and so on. But as you said, it's understanding the depths of that knowledge you have within yourself. They say knowledge is power.
Yeah.
I sort of will change that a little bit in my perception of it, and it is the use of knowledge is power. And when we have 4 power centers within us, if we really look at the way everything is, we're not utilizing that.
No.
There's many of us that are not listening to the nudges. They're not listening to themselves within. They're listening outside. They're guided by, what the outside world may be doing, even the external world and so on. And they think, it just has to be that way. Well, it doesn't.
No.
It doesn't have to be that way.
No, we are all in control of our own destiny and our future. We can design our lives ourselves, really, at the end of the day. Yes, we're all very programmed as we're growing up, and there's the right way and the wrong way, and generally it isn't necessarily right. So
there's no really right or wrong.
No.
That's the thing. It's what is truly aligned with yourself.
Correct.
We are such powerful beings.
Yeah,
we are more powerful than any man-made computer or anything like that. And we really don't tap into that innate wisdom that we have.
No.
So infinite resourcefulness that we have within ourselves.
Yeah, you're absolutely
right. We look for validation more outside of ourselves when we really don't need to do that. It's nice to have compliments, and don't get me wrong, being complimented by someone and things like that is nice. But we don't need the validation outside of ourselves.
No, you're right.
We need to trust ourselves.
You're right. And you build that strength in people to understand that process, don't you? So that's a really big part of what you're about. And I was going to ask the question, what's something people might not know about your industry? Well, we've pretty much covered a lot of that, but could you enlighten on that a bit more, do you think? Is there something that people are not quite aware of your industry, and what would be something that would stand out that, people might just want to take a really good think about?
I don't know. I suppose, like I said, in what I do, I have the background of many, thousands of coaches out there that have different modalities that they work with and so on. But the interesting part is that there is so much more to us, and maybe people don't understand that the heart has more power than the brain. Maybe they don't understand that the heart sends more signals than the brain does.
Yeah, well, that's a point.
Or maybe they're not understanding that when it comes to our emotions, we feel our emotions and so on. So we attach them to our heart. And yet emotions, the first port of call is our mind. So, there's a few different things, I suppose, but I don't know that I could share anything. The unique part that I have is that as I said, I've learned that there is a missing link, and it's about bringing our beautiful humanness, that beautiful part of us, and aligning and balancing that with our spiritual part of self, our energy and everything about us, the oneness of all that is around us. And we know science backs all of this. And so to do that, it's bringing our human personality and our spiritual personalities in alignment. And for me, it's spirit is the heartbeat of soul. And
Yeah.
it's lighting and igniting that.
Yeah, beautiful. It's so beautiful. It really is. And can you share a moment that made you feel proud?
Oh, I wondered about that. Like, because there's so many things in the sense of, I'm proud of my family, my children, and all sorts of things. I think I'm proud of when I first began my business and I listened. I truly listened to what was going on in the sense of health matter and so on. And I was guided to go a certain direction, and I questioned that. And in the sense that I listened and went, whoa, can we do some changes here? And it was one of the best things I had ever done, was to actually listen to that against everyone else's wishes, against everyone telling me I'm crazy. But it was one of the best things I ever did. And I think that's the part of being proud. I'm proud that I am following who I am, that I back me, that I trust myself and I back myself.
Yeah.
Like,
that's absolutely
I love
gold.
hearing other suggestions and guidance, and I'll take that on board if that's, going to align with what I'm doing. But I listened to myself, and that was really that strong turning point. It wasn't that I wasn't doing it in the past, but I would be shut down quite quickly. If people didn't understand or so on, I would withdraw because they thought I was crazy or whatever. And in this particular instance, I did it. And that
Good
was,
for you.
Yeah, that was one of the best decisions I ever made.
Oh, good for you. Well, well, you're practicing what you're preaching, basically, aren't you? You do what you teach people, you do with yourself. So that's really credible, because I mean, there's coaches out there that they've got the talk, but they don't do the walk. But you're obviously doing both, which is really admirable for you.
Thank you.
To be proud of that, too. So tell me, what's coming up next for you?
There's a couple of different things that I'm looking at doing. I've got a beautiful mind 5-day mind exploration experience that I'm holding on the 23rd of June, and that goes for 5 days, as I mentioned. That's a free event. It's just having a bit of an exploration to what's going on in people's minds. And
that'd be great.
Yeah. I love doing that. It takes courage, and if you decide to join, give yourself credit for even taking the courage to take that step and do that. There'll be a live Monday, the Wednesday, the Friday. There'll be an email that goes out every morning with an activity, daily activities to do, like work, home play, work play, whichever way you want to look at it. And I'm also looking at maybe doing a workshop, like a sort of masterclass workshop in the next month or two. So
fantastic. Yeah. Well, everyone out there, you need to jump on and participate in these events, because Lorraine is amazing at what she does. She really is. And she really takes you on board as, the individual that you are. There's no judgment. There's no any, questioning what you've got coming out of you or what you need to work on. That's what she's here for, to get clarity for you. So look, people can, you're very welcome. So what we're going to do is actually put all your links in these posts, so everyone that wants to connect with you, Lorraine, and do your 5-day course that's coming up, we'll have that link there for that too when we put this out on socials. So thank you so much. It's been amazing chatting with you. It really has. And I'm really grateful for you to be able to share what you do. There's one other thing though. I believe you are published. You're an author.
Oh, Yes, I am. I am.
Something not many people would know about you.
No, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I actually have. I'm published in 3 books or 4 books, actually.
Oh, are you really?
Yes, I've got some sayings in 3 other books, quotes and things that I've put in, and I'm also in a book that I actually have beside me. I could show you if that's okay.
Yes, please do.
Which is In the Spirit of Bliss.
There you go. See, that's amazing. So you're a published author as well
I
as
am.
an amazing coach.
Yes.
So that's something else to be proud of. I'm really, and that book's still available. People can purchase that if they wish.
Yes, they can. Yep,
Yeah,
most
perfect.
definitely. Yeah.
That's amazing. So, and to be in other books as well, I didn't know that. I was very, very
That's
surprised.
very small bits, like as I said, it's 90 Days of Awesomeness, and there's a volume 1, volume 2, and so on.
Oh, fantastic.
And I was part of that. I was contributing to that as well.
Well, that's really great. So look, she's a lady of a wealth of knowledge and experiences, and I can't speak high enough. I work with Lorraine. She's my coach in my mind as well, and I'm so excited where I'm heading with myself. So I can't stress enough to you all out there, connect with Lorraine. She's just got that little bit of point of difference that's not out there with the everyday coaches. I find that she's really in tune, and as she says, and I connect more so with my heart now, not my head. The monkey chatter for me, it's just, it's just not there like it used to be. So if I can really stress that, if you've got a lot of monkey chatter going on in your head, reach out to her. And don't forget, the links are all in the bottom there, and we'll have it all ready for you to just reach out to Lorraine and have a chat even. So thanks, Lorraine. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Introducing Dzign Moments. Come join me as I have exclusive interviews with our awesome clients, highlighting their businesses and the incredible work we've done together.